Hi Libra, welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Whew. Okay, the messages today have been getting deeper and deeper and heavier. I knew this would happen at some point with the Oracle decks, but that's why I'm here. I accept it. So get ready. It's a very interesting reading, and I really feel like your spirit guides, the universe, has really been tapping on your shoulder. And they've been tapping and tapping, and they're trying to get your attention. So let's get into it. So I'm using two Oracle decks this week. The first card you get is from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. And the Spirit Animal deck that you got today was Hawk Spirit. And I do believe it says, yes, let Spirit be your guide. Let Spirit be your guide. I'm just going to show you the cards that you got, and then I'm going to go into the full-on messages for you. So that's I just pull that out while I shuffle it and let it come out, and that's the card. And then from there, I work off of that. And then I move into the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. And I ask why. Where's this taking Libra? Where's this taking them? Why are they being asked to allow Spirit to be their guide, right? Like what's going on here? So you got two cards. And I was tired. And I just said to my spirit guide, oh God, guys, can we just do one? Because Virgo was a very heavy message. There's just a lot coming in right now. I'm feeling very tired. And I looked at the cards, and I looked at the book, and I took in the messages, and I was like, no, this is why I'm here. You guys got to get this message. So you got the Rattle and Magic. So what's happening here? What's happening here is that Hawk Spirit is asking you about synchronicities. What have you been noticing? Particularly, this is coming in very strongly for me with you, particularly like songs. If a song comes on the radio and the lyrics, you just feel a connection to it. It's telling your story, or it's giving you an answer. To really acknowledge that and really accept it. I'm going to go into the books in these because it's going to blow your mind to how all three of these cards come together. It's really like, it's just amazing. I couldn't have done it. Like, there's so many cards. The one deck has 70? Is it 70 cards? 68. 68. And how many does this one have? It has 63. And there's like tons of information about each card. Like, I could not honestly sit down and go through all these cards and just like, if I was, if I was faking it, I'm not really shuffling this, I'm just putting this out there. I could not spend this kind of time doing it. It just, and when it comes out like that, it just blows my mind. Like, wow. Hawk Spirit asks you not to dismiss the signs that Spirit is sending to guide you. Lately, have you been hearing the same word or song or coming across the same symbol here, there, and in the strangest places? Perhaps you hear a song on the radio with just the right lyric pertaining to your energy, to your query, or you begin to notice uncanny billboards, license plates, or other places where repetitive numbers or words show up for you to notice. Pay attention to the animals that appear for you and connect with their symbolism. Spirit wants to communicate and reaches out again and again. When Hawk Spirit appears, it is a sign to listen. So it's really like, I'm like, wow. I really feel like there's just some of you are not listening to the affirmations that are coming towards you. It's like affirmations are coming towards you. And it's also asking you to take the time to observe the patterns you are seeing and do not dismiss your intuition. Even if the messages you receive are not supported by evidence in the physical world. If it feels illogical to listen right now, listen anyway. So that's that. That is the hawk spirit, is really asking you to listen now, to pay attention to these synchronicities. There's trying to get a connection with you. Your spirit guides really are. And then that takes us over here. All right, so these are your three beautiful cards. The rattle, the magic, and the hawk. I'm gonna go right to 33 first, the magic. This symbol represents the infinite intelligence of great spirit that makes up the fundamental fabric of the universe. We experience the evidence of this magic through synchronicity or meaningful coincidence. Like, oh my gosh, wow, yeah. When magic appears, you are invited to see the world through the eyes of wonder and awe, taking on the innocence of a child who knows that all things are possible. And this is what is going to take us into the rattle, which is just amazing, because that's what that energy is. These cards, these three cards that you got are so interconnected, Libra. Infinite potential exists in the great mind, and you are being invited to call it in and recognize the dance of synchronistic events, signs, symbols, and omens given to you through the oracle of the ordinary world. This is a sign that Spirit is reminding you that you co-create your world in a sacred partnership. Your part is to dream, to intend, and to watch for the signs that show you what next action to take. Right now it appears that you are on the right track to make your dreams come true. Great Spirit is listening and acting on your behalf. Pay attention. Magic gives birth to miracles. Birth. The childlike energy, right? So then the rattle is 43. So the medicine, I want to go to the medicine of the rattle for you. You want to catch God on the whisper, not on the shout. What you are trying to craft to your own desires and expectations is already there, standing before you. Do not spin the world to your own benefit. You are being offered the Creator's tools, which must be put to use to serve a divine purpose. So this is the beginning of that, and that is where that childlike energy, because this is the rattle, right? This is not the shaman's staff. This is the rattle. This is the beginning. This is that childlike energy. But first, please listen. And I feel like that because you want to catch God on the whisper. I feel like all of these synchronicities that are coming out to you, whether it's songs, like they say, license plates, numbers, whatever it is that you're seeing, these are the whispers of Spirit right now, trying to connect with you and trying to communicate. You don't want to catch God on the shout. Because I feel like that is a tower moment. That is a big tower moment. And you can go through these cycle changes without having these big tower moments if you just pay attention to the synchronicities and the synchronicities and the very subtle messages that come towards you that seem like, oh, that's just a coincidence. Is that possible? Because I can say, like, if you've ever, one of my favorites, actually it was the first song that really in-tuned me and made me understand that sometimes something comes into your head or on the radio for a reason. This was months and months ago. There was something I was trying to solve, some kind of situation. I just couldn't think myself through it. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure out what was the right course of action. I couldn't figure out what I should do or not do. And I woke up in the middle of the night, and sometimes I will wake up in the middle of the night. I'm like, oh gosh, I don't know what to do. And I woke up in the middle of the night, and the Beatles song, Let It Be, came into my head. Just like that. And that was the first time I thought, you know what, so many times songs come into my head, and I haven't in the past acknowledged them or paid attention to the lyrics. And that was the answer. Mother Mary says, let it be. You know, just let it be. It will solve itself. You don't need to be up at night thinking about this, Cindy. It will solve itself. And I come to that song so many times, but it really made me realize that when a song comes into my head, or perhaps I'm driving and a song comes on the radio and the lyrics, I'm like, yeah, I know, right? Like, it's the universe is talking to you. It's God is whispering in your ear. What is coming? Oh, the star. The star card. Oh, this is the Ethereal Visions tarot deck that I'm starting with here. I'm just shuffling. The stars come out. So it is telling me that, you know, you are in the potential energy to make all of your wishes come true. You really are. Pay attention to the synchronicities I'm feeling and the messages, because those are answers for you and guidance on what direction to do or what to do or not do, right? Let Spirit be your guide. Where would Spirit like to guide Libra at this time? Where would Spirit like to guide Libra at this time? That's interesting. The Five of Swords has come out here. Give me a second with this card. I'm getting to the basics. Like, fives are a need for change. Any card in the tarot, for five, it's a need for change. Something needs to change. Swords are mind. It's Libra. There's a need for change. There's a need for change in your direction, in your course, in your truth, in your action, in your... Yeah, there's a need for change with your communication between yourself and Spirit, with your communication between yourself and the universe. This is what the need for change is. This is why Hawk Spirit is here, why they're guiding you. Let Spirit be your guide, please. I feel like maybe some of you are just not, you know, you're not believing it, not believing the synchronicities, not believing the signs, not believing your own intuition. The idea that comes into your head, oh, that's just silly. No, it's not. That needs to change. And when I place the card down, look at how they both look at each other. I'm right here. I feel like Spirit, Source, is sitting here saying, I am right here. I am trying so hard to communicate with you and I don't want to yell, right? Which brings me back to these two cards that talked about, you know, like that childlike energy. The parent is like, I'm trying to give gentle guidance here. If you don't take it, there's going to be a tower moment, kid. I'm telling you. Which is so true. How many times have I? It's so funny. And if you're a parent, you know this. You've probably said it to your kids. I know I have, and my friends have said it. We've talked about it with each other. Like, I have asked you nicely 10 times to put your shoes on because it's time to go. And you didn't do it. When you finally did it was when I blew up and I said, you need to get your shoes on now. We're going, okay? Or that's it. You're grounded for a week. It's like, geez, Mom, why do you always have to get so mad? Because I've been asking. It's the only time you react. I'm really feeling like that right now. Like, your spirit guides, God, Source is saying, you know what? The only time you guys listen is when I bring in a tower moment. I'm trying to talk nicely here. It's kind of what it feels like. It's kind of what it feels like. It's like, Libra, put your shoes on. It's time to go. Don't make me blow up on you. Parents, we've all done it. We've all done it. We've all had our parents blow up on us too. It's like, what's your problem? Why are you so upset? Like, did you not hear me for the last 20 minutes? I don't know. You were saying something. Do you get it? That's what it feels like. I'm feeling like this is what it feels like to the universe, to your spirit guides, to the energies that want to help guide you. They're trying. Trying. They're on their upteenth here. It's like, do we need to bring in a tower moment? Okay, so But this feels like very divine, like you're being pushed towards something more divine than maybe you thought for yourself with this. The magic and co-creation, the rattle, almost being given like the passing down of this, you know, after this comes the shaman's staff, which is the true manifester, which is the true magician. There's so it feels like Spirit wants to guide you towards something very divine. And what is that? Can we get more detail about what this divine journey is that Spirit would like to guide Libra towards? Wow. Gosh, so much change. A 5 again. The 5 of Cups. Such a need for change. Your course really needs to change here. Your deeper aspect of you. It's one of those where it feels like, you know, breaking you down to build you up again. But I feel like Spirit doesn't want to do that. Spirit doesn't want to break you down again. That's why they're trying to send out all these little synchronicities and messages to you. They really doesn't want to. The parent never really does want to have to blow up. Tell you to put your goddamn shoes on. Like, right? You don't want to, but sometimes it's the only way you get the result. You get the reaction. They're really knocking on your door. They're really tapping on your shoulder here, this change. I'm going to my other deck now. My Modern Day Spellcasters deck. At one point during this reading, I'm going to tell you now, maybe it was noticeable. And I wasn't sure, like, is it me? Am I just drained? But no, I think something was coming through here. I felt almost lightheaded. And I thought, am I going to have to turn the camera off and just do this again? Like, it felt really weird. And I'm sitting down, so that's not like I'm going to pass out. But it was almost like that, like, feeling a little bit weird. It's totally gone now. But I'm feeling like this part of the reading, I feel, because I felt the change come through, I know that it really wasn't me. Being an empath and being intuitive and all that other stuff. I feel like someone who's resonating to the video, who's coming to the video, has been experiencing that. Lightheadedness, feeling faint. I'm just getting the message, like there's a need for someone here too. That's just coming in to get your blood pressure checked. I don't know why, but to get it checked. It was really strong. So let's get back into the main part of the reading. I felt very compelled to say that right now. The 5 of Cups. The 5 of Swords. You know, both of these people are... Oh, and I do. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that with Libra so often. It's like you guys feel like the weight of the world, the weight of the universe is on your shoulders. And there is so much. Like, you guys have had some of the heaviest readings that I've done. Being the justice of the universe, being that in the zodiac, that is the symbol of justice, of balance, the right thing. You know, I feel like some of you, there's so much overthinking about what the right thing is, when you really, this is really trying to come out to speak to you in so many different ways, and just to open up your heart and not expect the answer to always be what it is, what you think it's going to be, is what I'm feeling here with this need for change. The rattle. What is the first step in grabbing the rattle? Let's just ask that. The first step in grabbing this rattle, because this is really a co-creation with Spirit. Listening to Spirit and having that connection to co-create. You are here to serve. Now this is how it's very connected. Each of us are here to serve this deeper divine purpose, this energy. But we are that deeper divine purpose and energy. We choose to serve this through what it is that we want to experience and do here on earth. That is the service. So what it is that you want, what it is that you hope and dream for, you're trying, they want to guide you towards this. But so it's taking that rattle, it's holding the rattle. What is the first step? I feel like this part of it is just, you know, finishing off any disappointment from past experiences, or trying to understand, or feel like the weight of the world is on you. Just leave that alone. Just leave, you know, it's not on you. This is your journey. What is the first step for Libra in grasping the rattle? What is the first step for Libra in grasping the rattle? Interesting. Oh, wow. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles. It took me a minute to get this message. With this Knight is a little scattered. You know, squirrels are a little bit busy and a little bit chaotic. They're definitely ADD. The Knight of Pentacles is typically the slowest moving knight in the deck. Now, typically it's because they're not on a steed, or they're walking, or they're, you know, it's just slow. Slow and steady wins the race. But this Knight takes a while to get there, because all over the place. All over the place on this squirrel. It's like, okay, squirrel, this is the plan. Okay, talking to the squirrel in the morning as you're getting a squirrel harnessed up and ready to go. So squirrel, we're going to cross this, we're going to go down the tree. We're going to go down the maple tree. We're going to go over the fence. We're going to cross the street. We're going to go 2 doors over. When we go 2 doors over, there's a big oak tree. Tons of acorns. We're going to collect as many of those as we can. And then we're going to come down the tree. We're going to cross the street. We're going to go back over the fence. We're going to go up the maple tree. And we're going to put them all in our nest. That's the plan, squirrel. Okay. That's a good plan. That's a good plan. That's a good plan. Squirrel goes down the tree. Squirrel says, oh, what's that? What's that? Oh, there's an apple tree. Let's go to the apple tree. No, the apples are rotten. Don't go there. Oh, yeah, these apples are rotten. Oh, there's a squirrel. There's that red squirrel over there. It's like, oh, God, are we ever going to get to the oak tree? So, the reason this is coming out, this is the first step in getting to the rattle, right, Libra? This is the first step in getting to the rattle. So, I feel like there's, because there's this need for change here. We have these 2 5s, the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. So the first step I really feel like is getting the frick off the squirrel, man. This squirrel, you know, it seems like the squirrel is really fast. So this is the message that I'm getting. It seems like, because this is what you're being asked with these oracle cards specifically too, is that the course that you think is the best course makes the most logical sense, right? The most logical answer to my question. It would seem like it, you know, it would seem like, yeah, you know, sitting on this giant squirrel, although I don't remember who it is. Someone from a long time ago in the comments of one video said, how do you know it's not just a teeny tiny person? I'm like, well, yeah, that's true too. Either it's a large squirrel or a teeny tiny person. And it seems like, yeah, because my legs are nothing compared to the size of this squirrel. And I've seen squirrels go. They can go fast. So logically, I'm going to get on the squirrel and I'm going to go. But that's what you're being asked to let go of. To let go of is the logical explanation for things. The logical explanation for what you're supposed to be doing or how you're supposed to be doing it. To let that go and to allow synchronicity and to allow spirit to actually be able to communicate to you, with you, before they create a tower moment that tells you to get the crap off the squirrel. So the tower moment for this person would be they wake up in the morning with a plan and the squirrel is dead. Like, oh, how did the squirrel die? I thought the squirrel was fine. Why is the squirrel dead? Now what am I going to do? Now I got to spend the day. I got to drag the squirrel out of the tree. He's going to rot. He's going to stink. I got to bury the squirrel. I got to find a new squirrel. See, you know, you just need to leave the squirrel behind today. Leave the squirrel behind. Leave that rational, everything. not, you know, like the rational thinking of, like some stuff we need to be rational about, but on your spiritual journey, on trying to find deeper answers for yourself, you're not usually going to find those in the rational part of your mind. Like I said, you might just get a song that pops into your head. Pay attention to the lyrics. If you can hear the tune and the hymn, but you can't get the word, just Google it up. Google's great now. It'll give you the lyrics to the song. You can sit there and read it and absorb it and go, wow, that's so true, right? I tried so hard to figure out how to solve this problem, whatever the heck it was, and I remember the problem now. I just remembered the vehicle of the solution, which is the importance of it, which was this song just bouncing into my head out of nowhere from the Beatles. Let it be. Just let it be. So pay attention to those things is really the strong message here. That's the first step in picking up the rattle. I feel like once you've picked up the rattle, you walk into the magic. You're really walking into the magic once you've picked up the rattle. What magic will Spirit be asking Libra to co-create with them? Ooh, choices and lots of choices. I love this. Lots of choices. But it may seem a little bit overwhelming, but that's also, you know, you will be, I think, you won't have to think about it so much at this point because you will understand it. You will be flowing with this energy where you understand that the rational thinking is not always the best course for making the decision. That my deeper intuitive knowledge will be, I'll just know. Which coin do I drop? Do I drop one of the coins? Oh, I know one of those ships has something spectacular in it. So I'm going to put the coins down and I'm going to let that ship come in. Like you're going to really function on that. You're going to have choices. There's going to be opportunities for you as well. Also choices in where you direct your energy and how you direct it. With the yin and the yang here on his hat. Let's not miss that important little symbolism there. With the interchange of energies in and out. With things that you release, new things come in. And how do you do that? Do you do that through logic or do you do that through feeling and desire and emotion? And paying attention to the synchronicities. Paying attention to the synchronicities. Interesting reading, Libra. We're going to move out of the seriousness. And we're going into the Doggy Wisdom Oracle deck. God, they're so cute. I have to say something here. Somebody brought it up, and you can't see it as much in the book. I'm going to show it to you on the card. But, because somebody got the card that is the cover of the book this week. Every time I look at it now, I can't take it out of my head. It's the affection card. But look at how these two are laying. It's like doggy porn. It's puppy porn. It's like, and every time I see it on the cover, I can't get it out of my head now. Somebody really wrecked the innocence of my puppy deck. My Doggy Wisdom deck. Okay, so Libra, back into being serious. Trying. Well, so it's not really serious. It's the Doggy Wisdom. And dog spelled backwards is God. So for me, they're little gods on earth that are here to spread and love us. To spread love and love us unconditionally. So I'm bringing you an unconditional message. Aww. From puppies. You got patience. I'm going to read the little excerpt out of the book because they're short and sweet. Patience is interesting though, you know, because I think you've also been patient. I think you've been patient with this journey, like this frickin' squirrel every time we get on this journey. And it's like, you know what, like if you have a plan and you go into work, I'm going to go doing this, 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 and this. And you get in and there's already a stack of papers that your boss put on your desk. Like that was not my plan for the day. And then someone else calls and they need help with this. And then, something totally random happens. Like there's a fire alarm in the building and now you have to leave. That's like what this can be, right? You've been so patient. And please continue to be patient. Is what I'm getting with that. Patience. It popped right over to it. Good things come to those who wait. There's no hurry. Have patience and everything will unfold as it should when the time is right. So there's your balance. There's your balance, Libra. But I really do feel like, the most important message out of this whole reading for you that came out very strongly with all three cards was that your spirit guides, the universe is trying to communicate to you through synchronicities right now to give you guidance and to give you answers for the questions that you are asking and trying to understand. And yeah, they just don't want to do a tower moment to give you those answers. They just want you to kind of pay attention and follow the signs. There you go. And that's it, Libra. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to come into your energy and do this reading for you. Until next week, my loves, have a wonderful week and be gentle with yourselves. Bye.